It is on point with Juandolyn Stokes, News and Talk, 1380 WAOK. And we are so excited about our guest right now. Want to welcome Michole Briana White. Hi, how are you doing today?
Hello, beautiful. I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well. I'm doing well. You're such an inspiration to so many. Just tell us about what keeps you going. Because you're so creative, actress in the entertainment field. What keeps you going and motivated to get up and do what you do every day?
Uh, I'm motivated because I love what I do. First and
Okay.
foremost, if I didn't love what I did, it would not be worth it because it's so much work. But being an artist in general is like breathing for me. Being creative is like breathing for me. So um, that's really everything in a nutshell.
Yeah. How have you seen the entertainment industry like evolve, especially over the last like 10, 15 years? Have you seen it open more for women of color? Have you seen more opportunities? Give us an example of how that's been for you.
You know what? I think there is a lot more opportunity now, especially in the last 10 to 15 years. Now you have all these different outlets here. So uh I think there's a lot more opportunity to create things for yourself now. And there's a lot more opportunity. It's definitely a lot more opportunity, I think, for women as well. And for women of color, I think things have really opened up. And I think that ageism is shifting a little bit here, which, I'm thankful for. But I always say, really, like, regardless of the outside factors, that no one can tell you whether you can or cannot do your art, that you
Right.
self the permission to do that. And there's always a way, some kind of way to do what you love. It may be on different levels, but you find a way to do what you love. Like I there was a point in my career where I had to work at a security company and I was answering phones and I thought that I would just be there for a really short amount of time. And I ended up being there for 9 months. And they gave me like a promotion and everything. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening to me. Because I've worked for a long time. And then suddenly I just kind of hit this little bit of a wall. And it was one of the most challenging times in my career. And I was like, what do I do? Do I quit? I felt like I should quit, but really I couldn't quit because I love what I do too much. So even if I had to answer phones, I started thinking of other creative ways that so I wrote a screenplay at that time, and then I started thinking if I have to sing on the street or whatever, I would do that because I love it that much. And I haven't gotten to that point, but every time I see somebody singing on the street, I swear it inspires me so much. It makes me want to cry because it takes so much to like put yourself out there, be vulnerable like that, just be all up in somebody's face, just like singing. That's like some serious love to me for what you do. But I love my art that much to do that. So I don't even know how I got there in this career,
Wow.
but we went, girl.
Well, that's good. I mean, and listen, years later, look at what's happening. How have
Mhm.
you dealt with like disappointments? Because when you're in the creative field,
Yeah.
sometimes you have times and seasons when you're working, and then when you're
Oh, yeah.
not working, and
Yeah.
all of that. How do you navigate through that? And what would you say to others who experience periodic moments of disappointment in their career?
I'm gonna say this. So I have definitely experienced that, one of which I just shared with you, and then another. So this was like some quite a few years ago, and then my more recent time was just prior to getting BMF, really. So it was one of the most challenging times in my career as well. Also because I was like changing and I was changing as a woman and things, and as I'm growing older, how do I make this
Yeah.
of being in this business as I'm changing as a woman, and what does it mean, and do people see, or do people like, I just had all these things that were coming up, and it was very difficult. But what I realized was it was probably more difficult inside me or in my head, or even the real things that were actually changing but I don't know if everybody else on the outside cared as much as I did on the inside. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I hear you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so, but I was so hard on myself about it because I was, getting older and making all these
Yeah.
adjustments within myself. I was like, oh my God, is something wrong with me? Oh, what if somebody sees this? It must be, and I just was so on myself, um, that I really got in my way a lot. So I had a lot of auditions and stuff and I did great work and stuff, but energetically, I think that I wasn't um my energy just wasn't in the right place to attract the job to me, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. I
And
see.
so subconsciously I was blocking a lot of things and I was really tearing myself down. The more I did
Mm.
it, the more I was like, oh, it's something wrong with me, this, that, and the other. And then I shifted my focus. And my dear friend Denise, who's actually with me today, so I wasn't working for a long time and I was really struggling and stuff. And I gave her a massage one day, and I do that to my friends, like I, do body work and energy work and stuff. So I had given her this massage this day, and she was like, Nicole, I'm telling you, you have like your hands are so healing. You should do
Wow.
something with this. And I was like, and I thought about that before, but it was like, well, what do you have to lose? Because you ain't working, girl. Like, oh, you need to figure something out. So I spent $200 that I really didn't have, and bought this massage table at Amazon. And then I just started gifting people and massaging friends and stuff and learning, figuring out like what my process would be. And I would meditate before I worked on somebody, and I would get messages,
Wow.
and I would just doing energy work and stuff like that. And so I really went in on this thing, and the more I helped other people, the more subconsciously, I wasn't aware of this at the time, but my energy was changing. And so I worked with one friend who she had been trying to pass this real estate exam for, I didn't know she had been trying for years. I thought she was just trying this time. And she said, I really got to pass this. It means so much. I really have to change careers, blah, blah, blah. And it was like a desperate need for her. And so we worked together. I did some body work and energy work, and we did some remote stuff too. And anyway, she called me one day and she said, Nicole, I passed my test. And she
Wow.
bawling her eyes out. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I'm crying and she's crying. And I'm like, but it was like it happened to me. I was like, oh my God. Like she said, I'm telling you, if it wasn't for you, I would not, I've been, and it had been so long or whatever. I was like, no, it wasn't me. I was just, I just allowed myself so to be a channel and open myself up by shifting my focus in this way. And so my sweetheart comes in the room and he's like, hey, boo, because I was so excited, like it was me. He was like, oh, what happened? What happened? Did you get a job? Because I needed a job. He was like, did you get a job, girl? I was like, no, babe, I didn't get a job. But my friend, she passed her real estate exam and we did this body work. Whatever. He was like, okay, boo, I thought you got a job. I was like, no, babe. I said, you don't understand. When one person gets a blessing, I get a blessing too. And so it had really changed my whole thing. And so he said, okay, boo. And literally an hour later, my manager called me and told me that I had a job in this independent film. And that changed the game for me. And I was like, okay,
Wow.
there's something to this. And but it was like I was clearing my own energy to give to others. And the blessing had to come to me to come through me. And
Yeah.
it was really such a gift. So really, even in the challenging times in our lives, I would say to still trust the process, trust the journey of where you are, because I'm so grateful for that experience, as challenging as it was for me, but it led me down this other path that, I mean, I've always been interested in the healing arts and stuff. Anyway, that would be the next thing that I would do. Um, but it forced me to kind of go really deep in on myself and really in
Okay.
on this work and stuff. So, I was like, I was, meditating every day, getting messages from angels and this, that, and the other, and doing Reiki and integrated energy therapy and all these things, and it changed everything. And then I would always set my sessions for 11:11 a.m., which is
Wow.
angel numbers, and so
Okay.
I set my sessions at that time. So then when BMF came along, I auditioned for BMF, and it was, I know they wanted a name, and so it was between me and somebody else. And I worked hard on it and I said, okay, Lord, I I just had to let it go because I put it all on the table. It was nothing else I could do.
Right,
But
right.
and so I let it go. But I had a feeling if I was going to get it, I was going to get it on this day. And the day that I booked BMF was 11/11. And so that was just like
Wow.
a sign from my angels that, you're in the right place. And then the fact that the character was Lucille, like I do believe that there are roles that are there are roles that or things that you can manifest in your life, and then there are things that are just divinely on your path that no one can take away from you. This is what you were meant to do, and I believe that this is definitely one of those roles for me. And stepping in here, like, with now all the experience that I had, like spiritually and energetically, like going playing Lucille, like gave me so much more with her, and it gave me so much more just being on set with other actors and the crew and stuff. I'll be doing energy work on everybody or advising somebody or whatever, and just trying to create a calm environment for everybody. So it's like I'm so thankful for that, and that I can share it with other people, and it really changed my life, and it keeps me grounded and reminds me to clear myself to really allow things in. I'm not always like perfect at that, but I'm reminding myself right now in this conversation. So that it's such a blessing that we are even having this conversation. So anyway,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I mean, with Black Mafia family, certainly
yeah.
a lot of energy, needed on that set,
Ooh, yes, ma'am.
and with all the different, characters, actors, and the tensions that oftentimes occur there. Wow, this is amazing. And so, with all of this giftedness that you have and the energy
Mhm.
that you tap into,
Mhm.
actress, singer. You
Yeah.
know, tell us about that part of you, that passion to sing, to inspire others through your music.
Yeah. Okay. So music is like I'm learning to connect the dots with my acting and my singing, but music is like another side that's like, oh, that's more of like the little girl in me. And
Okay.
it's like the this vulnerable piece of me where there's a confident, a little bit more of a confidence that I have as an actor because I'm far more experienced as an actor, and also I have a script as an actor. And so it's like,
Yeah.
hey, this is your character. I see the breakdown of who I am, and I go into that thing, and then I bring all these other things to it. But I have this comfortable cushion of knowing I have a script and I have this character, and I can safely put all my kookiness, craziness into this role. But as a
Okay.
it's like, oh, it's you. Oh, it's just me out there. There's nowhere to really hide, or it's like if there's a bad note or whatever, you're not gonna miss that bad note. It's like, oh
Right.
Lord, so I'm writing this thing, and um it's a bit of a scary thing, but I'm learning to find the comfort in that, and just trying to show up and let people see me. And really share something that is meaningful, uh to me, to have an experience within myself in the moment and be able to share that with someone in hopes that it will touch, uplift, inspire, or move someone in some kind of way. And
Yeah. And
yeah.
that's a power. That's the power of music, the power of singing. When you have that inner peace, you have that inner joy, it just comes out, whether you're acting or whether you're singing. So I understand January 19th, City
Yeah.
Winery.
Yes.
You're going to be
Yeah.
singing. Tell our audience what they can expect.
You can expect maybe a little bit of everything, but there will be some straight ahead jazz. There will be a little more contemporary jazz. There will be some neo soul. There will be
Yes.
a little old soul, a little bit, and it'll be a lot of love and a lot of heart. So, I really hope that you'll come and have a great time and just share. Let's have a magical evening.
I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, a magical evening. Now, what time does it take place?
It's January 19th, Sunday, January 19th in Atlanta at 8 p.m. City Winery at Pond City Market.
Wow, that's good. To many of your followers and audience, is this going to be one of the first times you're able to witness that side of you, the singing
A lot
side?
of people possibly, because a lot of people don't really know that I sing. So this is like, I've been kind of coming out more and more. So this past year I did like sing in Atlanta like maybe 3 times. I was at City Winery earlier last May. And I sang at a couple of other venues. And anyway, but yeah, a lot of people don't know that I sing. So it might be their first time. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Okay.
Just
Uh-oh.
sing us a line of WAOK.
Oh Lord, Wanda.
It
Like,
just in your own little way, just WAOK.
oh man, you about to make me. I'm like, I can feel my face getting red. Um,
You
uh,
get nervous too?
I do. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I just told you, girl, it's vulnerable. It's scary out here in these streets.
Well, I tell you what, we'll just tell them you got to come out on Sunday and
Okay,
hear
right,
for
right,
yourself.
right. That's
You gonna
right.
try it?
Here for you. Y'all come out. Come on out. You got to come in these streets to hear it for yourself. Now,
That's good. That's good. Okay,
I
we'll
was
do that.
beatboxing earlier. I was beatboxing earlier, girl, but you could be on the spot. If y'all want to
Well,
hear me, you got to come to City
you
Winery.
got to come
That's
on out to City Winery.
right.
That's right. How do you
Right.
protect your voice going in and out of different climates? Your travels. How do you preserve your voice?
Girl, I'm trying. I'm about to give me some ginger
Yeah.
snaps. No. Some no. I have like these ginger crystals. Like it's like kind of like a tea. It's like with ginger and honey, and it really helps my throat a lot.
That's
Um,
good.
I'm going to the infrared room. That really helps a lot. It like boost your immune system and all of that stuff. And some honey and some lemon. Oh, somebody, TC Carson was just telling me this remedy last night. He said to boil some ginger, turmeric, lemon, garlic, and lemon and lime. I think
Okay.
I was like, man, don't you want to? I'm like, he said you could put a little honey in it if you want to, but it sounds like more like a soup or something. But yeah,
Yeah.
I put a little honey in that, and and keep it moving. But I'm gonna try that out tonight.
Yeah, oh good. Well, that's going to do it for you with all of those natural ingredients. That's going to do it for you. Well,
Right.
make sure you join Michole Briana White happening on this coming Sunday at City Winery. Thank you so much for sharing with us. We love your
Thank you.
energy. We
I
love
love
you.
your energy. You guys make me so happy. You're the best interviews I've ever had.
Well, thank you. You make us happy and you
Yeah.
keep us happy. Have
Uh,
a great one, and thank you for being a part of On Point with Wandolyn Stokes. Have a
thank
great one.
you.
Bye
All right.
bye.